I've entered Brackenberry Sanitarium. According to Helig, Moadred keeps everything of value in the trunk in his laboratory. He's given me a key to open it. Let's go downstairs and find this Moadred. I assume, unlike Helig, he's actually alive. They were rivals during, well, when Helig was alive. Once we retrieve this book, I would like to have Kana with us, but it means a lot of traveling, and Kana's busy for about a week. I guess we'll have to do it ourselves. And then instead, we have Sagani and her pet Tumak. Her companion, I would say. More like, not really a pet. He helps us in combat. He's a good little winter fox. I think he said on the right, so this door here. Regardless, I'm just going to open this up and take a peek inside.
Yeah.
There's a woman there. I don't know who she is. What is this? Torture? Implements? The strange device seems to thrum with power, but she's got a cage and implements of torture over there. Let's close the door on her. So, I don't know if this Moedred is inside. I think he is. Let's just talk to him. It's not like I'm loyal to Helig. I'd like to see what this man has to say. Hello? An animator scribbles feverishly on a parchment scroll while his free hand dances through the air, counting off unseen objects. His lips move in silent discourse. As your shadow falls over his scroll, he looks up at you with mingled perplexity and irritation.
Welcome.
Can I help you? He forces a polite smile. Does the name Helig mean anything to you? Moadred starts. Helig. He is a colleague of mine. He was primarily a necromancer, but he was involved in animancy too. He worked at the Sanitarium for several years. I dare say everyone here has heard of him. He clears his throat. He left his post recently. I believe he was seeking new opportunities in the Valian Republics. He leans forward. The advances they're making in animancy really are quite remarkable. Surely you've heard? He coughs again. Perhaps you haven't. Do you know a woman named Rowena? No, I don't get out of the Sanitarium much. What are you working on? My area of focus is wicks, more specifically how to cure them. I have run across several of them. What exactly is a wick? A hollowborn who received a transplanted animal soul during infancy, one of the animancy's early efforts to cure the legacy, if not a successful one. They have an animal soul inside a human body. Interesting. He removes his spectacles and wipes his brow. They show signs of developmental abnormalities throughout their childhood, but when they reach adolescence they become aggressive, feral, but still victims in need of care. Transplanting animal souls into children seems like an odd solution. We animancers were trying to do something about the crisis, better than letting it swallow a generation of children. They're not really a generation of children if they're feral animals that attack you. He stares at a fixed point in the far wall, and despite the controversy, it only went so far because, at first, it seemed to work. People called it the salvation. Children that had never been responsive to any kind of stimuli suddenly seemed aware of their surroundings, of their families. Takes a slow breath. The complications don't begin until puberty, but that's when the incompatibilities between body and soul take shape. Children become violent, ravenous. But we paid dearly for our mistake, I promise you. Angry mobs hunted down animancers and burned down their homes, with them still inside, often as not. People took to calling it the cruel salvation, and many still loathe us for it. But we wanted to stop the legacy as much as anyone. The public begged us for help, and we did the best we could. I still don't know if that absolves us. Why do you study wicks? He huffs. What kind of question is that? Just think of all the families that could be healed, the lives that could be restored. What could be more important? His face has reddened, and he turns away from me for a moment. He shakes his head. Animancy has an answer here. I know it. It's simply a matter of working it out. I see. Good. He looks eager to return to his work. About Helig. Moadred smooths his robes. As I said, he no longer works here. I've heard it differently. He slides his spectacles down his nose. Just what are you insinuating? If this is your idea of a joke, I assure you it's in poor taste. So you didn't sink a blade into his chest and dump him in the catacombs? He'll be relieved to hear it. Moadred pales. How could... He sighs and runs a hand over his hair. Very well. Yes, I killed him. I killed that beast because nobody else had the spine for it. He was a madman. Years of perverse experiments, twisting healthy souls, torturing damaged souls, and for what? He flayed the essence from Glamphithan indigents for his amusement. He waved down the hall. If the public had known half of his deeds, they'd have razed his place to the ground. He jabs his finger on the desk. He used the Sanitarium to disguise his own sick proclivities. He brought shame on us all and put the entire discipline at risk. I regret nothing. He calms down and sizes me up. Anyway, now you know the whole grisly story. I can't argue that he's a bit of a monster. He's even probably more so now, so I don't think that I could... I can't really side with anyone here. I understand what you did. Murder's still murder, though. Helig said you stole a grimoire from him. Moedred's brow furrows. His grimoire? What's that madman been telling you? I give him the key. He said you kept it in that trunk over there. Moadred takes the key with a trembling hand, his eyes darting to the trunk behind me. You've been misled. There's no grimoire here, and Helig never attended you to find one. That wretched thing has an insatiable hunger for blood. He shudders. Thank you for denying him. I hope I can convince you now to return and slay him once and for all. He has something I need. I don't know what he's promised you, but he's already lied to you about the grimoire. I don't have it. If what I've told you about that evil, deceitful man hasn't swayed you, I don't know what else to say. Turns back to his papers. Trust him at your own peril. There's got to be more to this.
Good day to you.
About Helig. His soul returned to his corpse through sinister magic. He wants revenge. No doubt. He spreads his hands wide. But now you understand why I killed him. Why someone had to. If he sent you, I can only hope I can convince you to return and slay him once and for all. I'll consider it. Consider also the kind of man he is and the kind of things he's capable of. Don't trust him. I must return to my work. I wish you well. He tries to return back to his papers.
Well met, Fred.
But I'm not done with this yet. Hardly brave, stabbing a man in his sleep. Brave enough for my taste. I heard a rumor he once laid a 50-man squad to rest on his own. At least I did something. He jabs his finger on the desk. He used the Sanitarium to disguise his own sick proclivities. He brought shame on us all. Yes, you've told me about this. So you killed him to save your own reputation. He snorts. The reputation of the whole discipline, rather. You realize there are groups in the city looking for an excuse to have us all hanged? He shakes his head. I won't see the knowledge we've worked so hard for lost because of one man's madness. I see. Just looking around, then. Then be quick about it and don't touch anything. The Sanitarium has a lax visitor policy, but I don't. Without another word, he returns to his work. Unexpected results. The canine host was listless and unresponsive, but it was determined that this was simply the implanted feline soul. Yarn resulted in vigorous stimulation.
Huh?
Is this the chest? You deny it's even in there? Can I open it? In a corner of Moadred's lab rests a large weathered trunk. It seems likely to contain something important, if only by virtue of its size. Examine the trunk more closely. Nothing grabs your attention except for the large padlock in the front. Whatever this animancer keeps in here, he does not want anyone else to have or see. Open the trunk. A heavy lock holds the trunk shut. It's too sturdy to break, and the mechanism looks too complicated to pick. You need to find the key. Well, I just gave him the key. Leave the trunk alone. Taking anything from him, though he is busy in his work. I'm gonna go talk to other people around here and see what they have to say about this. Hello.
Hello.
A woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures and mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over pages of notes. She almost walks into me. Ikasi, here I am, looking so hard for answers in my research that I do not see the kith standing in front of me. What can I do? What do you do here? According to my research grant, I study awakenings. Subliminating pre-awakened souls has been one of Animatzi's greatest successes, and I am working on a method to replicate the process on awakened souls. She gnaws at her lips. But the truth is that I find few suitable subjects here. Wadman's legacy has left plenty of awakened souls, but most are too broken for study. She sighs. I fear I will return to Revua with nothing to show for my efforts. I'm awakened. I've been recalling flashes of a past life. She scratches her chin. Most interesting, but not the kind of awakening I can study, I'm afraid. I need someone whose awakened soul can be triggered with predictable stimuli. Souls such as these tend to manifest as alternate personas in the host. She gives me a broad, if strange smile, but I thank you for the offer. Something else you need? I'd like to know more about Animatsi and the Valian Republics. It is a dynamic and respectful field. Even the Bale Reach incident did little to slow it. She shrugs. People in the Republics are more accepting of risk, less superstitious, ready to try anything that shows promise. It's a shame that so many here are so hostile towards Animatsi. It is, but such is the way of the Deerwood. The people here are fierce about their sovereignty, but they are not so independent from the Aedarian brothers and their Glamfathan neighbors as they would like to think. They rely too much on the mysterious workings of the gods and fear the very advances they need. Goodbye. Maybe that's where she'll put the people in there for getting the stimuli she's looking for, or responding to stimuli with different personalities, past lives.
Yeah.
Another room like this. The edges of the cage are dented and scored with claw marks. Interesting. Probably used animals, or hopefully not some kind of human in whatever state. I don't have the key for this door. Oh, there's another door at the end. I can't open it. I wouldn't mind being better armed. So what if it makes the clients a little nervous? Better armed like me? Well, it would appear that I have no choice, unless I want to kill that man. I'm no pickpocket. I didn't really savor the idea of dealing with Helig anyways. And it would have, more than likely, I would have come back and killed him anyways. This just leaves him no choice. Now it's settled. He must die. I'm in no rush to confront this monstrosity beneath here. We haven't explored all the areas of the catacombs. I've only gone across the bridge. There's a troll here. I can imagine there'd be other things as well. Where does this go? Some kind of spore creature ahead. We've dealt with those before. Let's kill it.
Let's go!
3 of them. No. 5 of them. And a troll. For good measure. The place is wild down here. Let's ignite this troll.
Dead on!
Almost!
I don't want this troll to go anywhere. I'm getting hurt. I'm going to use my ring.
What? Yeah.
Blind that creature.
Poison. That's it.
He's blinded. Or it's blinded.
Dead on!
Better move away.
What?
Give my bow to Sagani. Well then, not really much I can do. Very hurt.
Hey.
Dead on!
That's it.
Kana's not here to bandage up our wounds.
Right.
Took a lot out of me. Got all these dank spores and troll skin. Okay. Oh, there's a very large one over there. Let's take it down. Oh, it's taking me over. No, no, no. Guys, don't attack me.
Let's have it out!
Dead on.
What? Hey.
Took a raider before he died. Stop hitting him.
Sure.
Okay. I could really use some bandaging, but not seriously hurt, but hurt enough to feel it. There's a corpse here. Stiletto and a vessel bone. Save that. Starting to miss Kana already. Oh, it's just one room off to, off the, on the other side of the bridge. Well, let's continue looking on then. There's a skeleton, there's a troll, and there's another one of those creatures. I don't think I should be going first. In fact, I would appreciate if I could actually have your bow, Ader, since you don't seem to really need it. I'm better off with a crossbow, but... Okay. There they come. Take them on.
Lava will be on sea.
Ah, these sporelings are taking over. Okay. Fireball, take this.
Dead on.
That hurt it. Ader, take this thing down.
Hey. Hi.
Okay, there'll be no more being taken over. The spore is down. There's another one.
Let's.
Ended up there. Attack.
Dead on.
Takes so much damage to bring these things down. By the time we're done here, I might have to return to the inn because of all these injuries we're taking. It's a fair size room. Corpse over there. I assume there's other rooms off the little stream outside. Okay, there's another one of these creatures. You want to take it on, Ender?
Hey.
I don't want to go first anymore. I've had enough of that.
You're not getting through me. Not getting through me. This thing isn't doing the job.
Light it on fire.
Aye? Lava will be on seek.
Oh, it's down. No problem.
Yeah,
Some dank spores.
sure.
Can't tell if there's creatures up ahead. There's a potion of this. Iron skin. I've got one of those. Oh, we've also recovered this ring. I think it was a gift from Lord Rowent. Whatever his name was. Ring of Unshackling. I was thinking of giving this endurance, actually. Suppress affliction. Grants suppress affliction. So if one of us has disease or some other affliction... This body is... We haven't looked at it. What is this? Wodica hood. Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
nothing here. I suppose this will come out on the other side. Based upon the map. Can't tell. Have to look up here. Bones everywhere. Goes around the corner here. It's quite extensive. Quite extensive. It's more. Keeps going on and on. I would have thought so. Looks like this has recently been opened up. Could be traps. What's this? Morning Star. Nothing else here. Names of the dead written on there. Check this room then. Oops. There's somebody there. I don't know if they're hostile or not. This small Orland man appears to have pulled together some crates and scraps of cloth to make a rather sorry-looking little camp. The thick fur on his limbs is matted and his clothing smeared with blackened grime. He looks startled as I enter, his eyes widening in alarm.
Welcome.
After a moment, however, he smiles weakly. Hello there. Wasn't expecting any visitors down in these parts. Glances around the dim room. Have you seen a woman named Rowena? He shakes his head. Sorry, but I don't know anyone by the name. I know I'm not the only one down here, however. I hear voices now and then from across the canal. Sounds like they're coming from the northwest. He nods and, anything else I can do for you? What are you doing down here? He grimaces. I've been a little down on my luck lately. Didn't have anywhere else to stay, so I thought I'd come down here. Nobody pokes around in the catacombs much, not until you, and... Anyway. Really? Because the catacombs seem more like the place you go when you want to disappear. He looks around the dingy chamber and nods slowly, expression pained. Yeah, I guess that's plain enough to see. He sighs heavily. Very well. It's true. I've been hiding from the knights down here, but it isn't what you think. He ducks his head. It was an accident. It's been hard for me here in Defiance Bay. I suppose I thought if I got involved in city business, if I made the right friends, it would get easier in time. And it did, really. I made a name for myself, a place. People actually listen to me when I talk. Well, they used to. People can get very passionate about these things. We were discussing, I think it was shipping agreements, of all the things to fight over. But this one night, this man, he got very angry. I think maybe he had a little too much at the inn. He pauses, and I guess he didn't like an Orland talking back at him. I struck him. He came towards me, and I hit him, and he went over like a tree. I guess he struck his head on his way down. He lowers his gaze and shrugs helplessly. Turns out he was a knight. The Crucible Knights won't care how it happened. They just want me gone. They won't let me live long enough to see the rope. Please. He looks at me with a pleading expression. I just want to get out of the city. The second I can get money for passage, I won't trouble anyone again. I swear it. I'll live quietly. But you can't. Please, you can't tell them I'm here. Here, this should be enough to buy your passage out of Defiance Bay. I'll give him 300 copper a pound. He stares at me in disbelief. But this is... I cannot possibly... His face twists as he struggles for words. This would see me out of the city and well away. This will save me. I'm not sure I could ever thank you enough, but here, take this. I hope it's of some use to you on your journey. You have my lasting gratitude, friend. I should get ready. And there he goes.
Keeping quiet.
See if there's anything here. The wobbly little tent is barely standing. The queen that was and still is. Take that. That not Wodica? This smoldering fire is strewn with the meager remains of a recent meal. Fish bones, a molded rind of cheese, and a blackened bread crust. Camping supplies and lockpick. We could actually just camp down here. Might as well. There's a fire here. There's tents set up. Let's go inside here. Let's camp.
Huh?
better than to let the supplies go to waste. And I was somewhat hurt. Alright then, let's keep going. Much nicer in the end than sleeping in this dank, cold, somewhat scary place. Okay, so we have another room off over here. We can go look. Passed by the door earlier.
I've got it.
It's used lockpick. And there's skeletons inside. Hey, let them come.
Hey. That's it!
More of them inside there. What is that thing? It's a wizard of some kind. It's down. I'm gonna go take it on. Out of the way, Tumak. You're in the way
Thing
there,
isn't doing-
Ader.
The job.
Dead on!
There, it's down. The one skeleton left. There we go. Curious where all these undead came from. And I probably don't have to wander too far to figure that out. Helig. Helig could be behind it. Take their armor and their weapons. Alright, so we already ran into those things. Who knows what's around the corner? Who knows how long they've been keeping vigil here? There's somebody there. It's another skeletal fighter. Ah, he spotted me. Bring him out. Attack, attack, attack.
Dead on!
This is a tougher one.
Right.
Let's see
I shall
what
be
was in
discreet.
here. Kind of vase, like Audra was inside of it. Something over here. Oh, some copper. Oh, we'll take that. Money is money. Something broke out of here. Oh, look at this. Fine skill armor. Take that, sell it. Supposedly all the names of every body interned here is there. A scepter, 210 copper pound. Well, I think we're strong enough to go and face Helig. Any more trolls over on this side? Oh, down here. Another bridge. Black ooze. No troll, but black ooze.
Dead on!
Leave it to me!
Yeah.
A little bit of copper. Oh, I think that's everything on this side of the bridge, this side of the water. Just Helig. There were other rooms here, though. Sure, did we search through them all?
Nice and slow.
No traps, please. I've already found many of them down here. And it keeps going. Does that actually go downstairs? It does. There's another level to the catacombs? That's not what I wanted to hear at all. Have we not been through this way? We did. That's where we faced the skeletons in there, but this side had more traps. Helig's in front of us. Well, Helig can wait. We're gonna fight him soon.